voice of the people. Now, we've had many a strong, driven, sexually confident woman around the loose desk in our time, but we are truly in awe of our next guest. Epitomising the very essence of womanhood, she's been imparting her unmistakable wisdom to the world for 50 years now, and as the song says, there really is nothing like a dame.
Tell me the history of that frock, Judy. Is it... It's obviously an old favourite. It's lovely. Is it a furnishing fabric, Judy? Is it... You were very wise to remove the curtain rings, you know. What's in there?
Oh,
What?
No.
Oh,
This is cruel.
good heavens. 2 rolling pins and a jar of Vaseline. And we've got little celebrities here tonight, of course. They mightn't be celebrities everywhere. I mean this nicely, but if this show goes out via satellite, say to Venezuela or Newfoundland or even Tasmania, frankly, those of you who deem yourself to be celebrities will mean absolutely nothing.
Would you please be upstanding for Melbourne megastar Dame Edna Everage?
There is nothing like a day. There is nothing we can name better than anything like our
Hello, Carol. Hello, Linda. Beautiful. Hello, darling. Now, what have you been doing here?
This is my cocktail.
Oh,
But it doesn't look very cocktail. It's not very ladylike, is it? Would you
well,
have one of those?
You know, when women drink beer, I've noticed they tend to drink it out of the bottle, which
yeah,
is
I
a
do,
little
yeah.
bit... Well, I think it's almost better than drinking it like that. It looks... Well, the trouble with beer is it's so like the end product, isn't it? Don't you think?
Sometimes, yes, it is, yes.
We have a cocktail for you, Dame Edna. I believe this is called a Mooney Ponds Awakening, which, like the men of Melbourne, is uncomplicated, tasty, and brings a tear to the eye.
Oh, thank you, darling. Well, Mooney Ponds, by the way, Possums, is my suburb of birth in Australia.
Is it really?
And it's a lovely area, or it certainly is now, because of my name attached to it.
Prices must have gone up a lot.
And my home has been turned into a museum. Isn't it wonderful?
Really?
Japanese tourists come along in buses. they take photos of the fridge. Will we ever understand those little...
But you came from very humble beginnings. I mean, you're a megastar now, but it wasn't always that way.
I like to think, my darling Jackie, that I'll always be quite humble. I don't take any of my success for granted.
No.
And if any of you ever become successful, you must please take my advice.
That's really good advice, actually, but it's not about to happen.
Well, obviously, for us, it's such a thrill to have you on our show. But you have interviewed many, many celebrities in your day. Is there anybody left that you haven't yet
Oh,
talked
there are a
to?
lot of people I would like to interrogate. There are. And I haven't done that kind of show for a long time. I've been working a lot in America. But I'd love to have a bit of a chat with Madonna.
Oh, yes.
And some of those people. I don't know how interesting she really is. Would you have any idea?
I think you could make her interesting.
I hope
I've
so.
seen her interviewed before, but it's, you know...
But you see, the marvellous thing about my interview programmes is that people tuned in to watch me.
Well,
And I was invariably a lot more interesting than the people I talked to. And I didn't let them get much of a word in edgeways. I'm wondering, though, why I am on this programme of yours. I did get a call, though, from your producer who wanted me to... How can I express this? Raise the standard. Just to let you know. There's been a lot of dumbing down, hasn't there? So I'm doing a bit of daming up.
Yes.
we're very grateful.
What did they actually tell you about us?
Well, not much. They just... I mean, I knew. I'd watched the show and the show I'd watched. And we were talking about my humble origins. I still do my own housework.
Do you?
Still hoover around dust, do all that type of thing.
Do you live in the museum?
No, that's now, of course, my home in Melbourne is now a museum. I can't live there, of course, but there are National Trust ladies sitting there making sure those little Japs don't touch things or steal things.
Where do you live?
I live, as a matter of fact, with a friend of mine in Buckingham Palace. It's so central there, so central. And she won't let me stay anywhere else, Carol. She insists that I stay there. I've got my own facilities. I can come and go more or less as I please. And that's what I like. That's when I'm in London, but I'm moving around. I'm restless since I've been a widow, you know, since...
Hard, is it? Bit lonely.
There've been moments when I've been a little bit lonely.
Has there ever been anybody else since your dear departed husband? Have there been suitors
Well,
aplenty, I'm sure.
I'm seeing someone.
Are you? Wow.
John Prescott. The only trouble is he's not seeing me. Isn't it sad?
Because you've interviewed a lot of very
He lets
sexy...
me drive his Jaguars.
Both of them.
I mean, out of all the men you've interviewed, you must have sometimes thought perhaps there was a...
Oh, yes,
frisson.
I liked little Rudy Nureyev, too. You would have liked him being attracted to people like that. But
What do you think of our Carol? What advice might you have for her who is... She would like to meet a man, but she's drinking pints and she's sending out all the wrong vibes, Dame Edna. What can we do to help her
Can you
along?
help?
You're lovely. Viewers, she's much nicer in the flesh than she appears on television. Much nicer. Men don't like that particular green.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, I need to borrow your top.
It reminds them of yucky things.
Does it?
It does, a
But
little
it's quite
bit.
feminine, though,
Oh,
look.
it's feminine. You've got a lovely shape.
You can see.
And
look.
below the desk level, she's lovely, too. Why are you all sitting back? And what is this? I mean, what's on that shelf? They look like specimen bottles.
Stay right there, stay right there,
Look at
because
where they've won the booby prize in a design competition.
we will have more from Dame Edna after the break, but first here's a message from a lady already on her loose holes.
Big thank you to all of you who've been watching all year. I'm off for a little bit of a lie down, so I'm all fresh and lively next time I see you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And welcome back to the final part of our end of series finale, where